All right, I'm gonna do a little something different this time. Um, this this type of stuff always pisses me off, um, and it's another reason why I don't really watch football much. But I've been on a kick for watching sports highlights lately, so I was like, I'll watch some football ones, and at least I'm not seeing other things. Um, so yeah, I don't know if you've seen this yet or not, but watch this real quick. Hold on, let me. This dude right here. Watch this. He's at the 20-yard line. Got an open field. Watch. So suffice to say, it was called um, a touchback, and rather than actually having his team go up by 7, the 2-6 Jets go up by 7 versus the 6-2 Texans. This rookie was like, "Let me showboat. Let me showboat and drop this off and plow right through." Now, I watched the whole highlights and I specifically look and I just watched the highlights, okay? Just the highlights. And I specifically looked for number 14 and I did not see him again. And I went, "Good. Bench his ass." When showboating overtakes your role on the team, you've let everyone else on the team down. You have to think this is the offensive team, so you've let down the offensive team. You've let down the defensive team. You've let down the special teams. You've let down the coaches. You've let down the staff. You let down everyone in that organization because you were a selfish asshole and wanted to showboat. Infuriates me. Go back and watch any, and I mean any, of Barry Sanders' highlights when he was playing for Detroit. One of the greatest players of all time, one of the best running backs of all time, went and stayed on a team that he was sure, would he could help at least help carry to a at least Super Bowl appearance. Spoiler alert, he didn't. Detroit's still one of the few teams that has never actually made it to a Super Bowl. So it was definitely a disservice to him that he spent his entire career in Detroit and ended up going nowhere when it come to getting a ring. But like Deshaun Jackson's done this, ton of kids in college do this, and Barry Sanders, whenever he would run by one person or he'd run by the entire team, or if he got a punt return or something like that and he ran it back, he would just run over to the closest ref that he saw, hand them the football, and go sit down. He never celebrated. Never. He even sat there and was interviewed once why he doesn't do any touchdown celebrations, and he said, "I put points on the board. What more do I need to celebrate?" And just that simple, humble act and his words has projected him to be probably at least one of the top 2 running backs of all time, in my opinion. Because the thing that always gets me about sports is the overgrandizing of doing your fucking job. You were supposed to run in there and do a touchdown. You're like, "Hey, I did my job. Hey, I did my job." And guys will celebrate almost equally for going, "I made 8 yards. You didn't get a first down, ain't in the end zone. The fuck you celebrating for?" Now, defense, if they get a pick 6, dude, I'd celebrate the hell out of that. Because the defense's job at its root is just to get the ball back on the offensive side for their team. If a pick 6 does it, guess what? You're going right back out there and doing it again. But if you do an interception, or you cause a fumble, and you do a recovery or a sack, that's part of your job, is to prevent them from coming down the field farther into your territory. So if you prevent them from doing it, then celebrate, sure. But you got guys that do tackles and they're like, yeah, I tackled. I'm like, that's your fucking job, man. Do you ever heard of anybody in McDonald's going, all right, put these fries in the fry basket, shake them up a little bit. Oh, they're in the grease. The fries are in the grease, and I didn't get myself splashed by any grease. Who's with me? Who's with me? No. You know why? Because that's part of your fucking job. Shut up and do your goddamn job. This kid, according to watching 5 Points vids, apparently this was his second touch of a football in an NFL game. So he's a straight up, even in this case, hilariously enough, is a green rookie in every sense of the word. And he drops the ball on his way in because the celebration was worth more than the act. So I'm hoping, and I haven't watched the full game, and I'm not going to because I don't give a shit about football that much. But I'm hoping the coach benches his ass. I'd bench him for the rest of this year. Well, January comes around, you can play again. Next time you'll think twice about actually not overgrandizing or worrying about what celebration you're going to do before you actually complete the task. Sure, your first NFL touchdown, go nuts. Go nuts. Your first pick six, go nuts. If you're a defensive or an offensive lineman and somehow you get the ball and you do a fumble recovery or even an interception, or even more rare, you're an interception with a pick six, bruh, celebrate your ass off. But if that's part of your job, you're a wide receiver, you're a tight end, you're a running back, you're a halfback, you're a quarterback. You did your job. Cool. Congratulations. Go. The only time I can really think that you really help over-celebrate something is when it's more difficult to do. Like soccer. You know, you guys got the run and they slide on their knees because it's tough to get a goal in soccer. You know how long a soccer field is? You got to kick a ball, go, all right, I got to go after this motherfucker. Or a hockey goal. You got a dude who's sitting there going, 4x3. Like, come on, man. Let's and I probably got the dimensions for the hockey goal wrong. Probably like a 5x4 or some shit like that. All I know is Ben Bishop, the bar came to the bottom of his back like a tramp stamp. But having a shutout, celebrate the hell out of that. Getting a hat trick, celebrate the hell out of that. Your first goal, get first points, whatever. Yeah, celebrate those. But once it just kind of becomes routine, you're like, cool, do a little bit of celebration, go into the dugout. I'm sure you've seen some of the videos where you got baseball players that sit there and give rookies a hard time. They get their first home run, and they all disappear out of the dugout, or they all just ignore them, and they're sitting there giving high fives to no one like I am right now. Like, yeah, woo, ah, woo. And then they mob them. I'm like, those are fun things, man. But just the mundane, that would be like a hockey player doing a check and going, yeah, I got that check. Or stole a puck. Yeah, I stole that puck. Or I passed it. Yeah, I passed that puck. Or the goalie stops the puck. Yeah, I stopped that puck. Grow up. You're not 8. Kicking a ball for the first time out of the infield. Hitting a ball for the first time out of the infield. Passing the ball, if you're a fullback, to the halfback for the first time and getting it in the air. You know, you're grown men who make more than most of us in this world. And your egos are so fragile that you have to have this, yay, me, yay, look what I did, yay, me. Kind of like this douchebag. I know y'all have seen this. It was here. That's what his lips said. It was here. So here's the full part of it. Grabs the glove, rips it open, reaches in there for the ball, and then even fucks that up. The fact that I don't remember if it was the MLB or if it was New York Yankees organization, all they did was suspend them for game 5. Imagine for a moment, because you can tell this wall is flat. It's not like some stadiums where it's at an angle to where it starts off low and goes up higher as it gets back to the back end. Because this is the turn of the corner in right field before you get to the actual home run wall. If this were one of those elevated ones and Mookie Betts was a little bit smaller, his wrist snaps. I promise you his wrist snaps. That is player safety. That's a live ball. That is assault. How did this person not get banned from every Major League Baseball stadium? I'd even go as far as every minor league baseball stadium in the country. I have a feeling I need to answer that. Hold on.